Hello, viewers. Today we will talk about China's first stealth strategic bomber named H-20. It's built by Xi'an Aircraft Industrial Corporation. Before we go on its characteristics, we have to know some things about the need for such a heavy and stealth bomber, and also costly also. There is a nuclear triad that every country which wants to be a world power or want to face a world power needs to be. And part of this triad are, first of all, are land-based ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles that have usually underground silos. Then the second one is the submarines with the submarine launch uh, nuclear missiles because about 70% of the earth is water. So submarine has a long reach, uh, only limited by its engine and endurance. And the third thing is the cruise missiles that are launched from the aircrafts. So when all the three things are available to a power, then we can say it's a superpower in a sense because all developing all these requires a lot of dedicating economic resources and a lot of R&D to make these cutting edge technologies. So the biggest reason is making a nuclear triad uh, that you have all the three options so that there is low chance that your enemy will preempt with a strike to completely destroy your nuclear arsenal. So, with these three options, it becomes virtually impossible for your enemy to completely destroy your nuclear potential in the first strike. Uh, then uh, we have to understand the technological gap between right now between USA, China, and Russia. One indication of that is the fifth generation fighters. America's F-22 was in operational service around year 2005. China's J-20 was in operational service around 2015, and Russia's Su-57 entered service around the end of year 2020. So in that way, you can see there is a 10 years gap, only 10 years gap between America and China catching up to that. And Russia, even 5 years later, it's not due to technology, in my view. It's about the financial resources one can dedicate to these futuristic projects, and quite expensive too. So, seeing that, you can see I have made a B-21 video also. So, this Chinese bomber is trying to match the characteristics of B-21 bomber. Although Americans already have B-1, B-2 bombers uh, and B-52 also in the same category. But in China's case, it will be a first, this kind of a deep strike bomber. And first flight of this aircraft is said to be near, but not yet. But it won't take, in my view, 20 years again, as in the case of fifth generation fighters. Uh, so it's called Hong 20. alternatively also called Yan HX. It's a subsonic stealth bomber design. It's referred to as a strategic project by the People's Liberation Army and will be the first dedicated strategic bomber developed by China. In 2016, People's Liberation Army Air Force General Ma Zhaoxian announced that China was developing a new type of long-range bomber on the Air Force Open Day. In 2018, a Chinese military spokesperson confirmed that the development was making great progress. According to the United States Department of Defense, the H-20 is expected to be a flying wing with a range of at least 8,500 kilometers and a payload of at least 10 tons. Uh, the later reports said that it could be up to 10,000 kilometers and payload capacity can be up to 40 tons. According to Rand Corporation, an American funded think tank, it will allow China to reliably threaten US targets within and beyond the second island chain, to include the key US military bases in Guam and Hawaii. Uh, Throughout the years, multiple models and computer generated pictures have surfaced on the internet, some published by magazines run by state owned companies. And defense analysts have noted several recurring features on these models, including serrated air intakes, cranked kite wings, and foldable twin tail surfaces that can be switched between being horizontal tailplanes and V-tails. In 2022, Chinese state media suggested that H-20 was close to taking its maiden flight. So the uh, another video that has been released by the Chinese state media is of flush air data sensing wind tunnel test of a scaled model of this aircraft. It's called FADS test. This aircraft will be used primarily for two missions: SEED mission and airfield attack. SEED means suppression of enemy air defenses, and airfield attack. This is about the first wave of aircraft that goes to the enemy, like in the 1991 Gulf War. The first wave of this kind of stealth bomber, they are accompanied by uh, jammer aircraft and the aircraft carrying anti-radar missiles, so that uh, SEED mission is suppression of enemy air defenses, is about that you take out the enemy's SAMs that are generally guided by they are radar guided, and then airfield attack, so that there is you ideally kill the enemy plane on their airfields, and then there is no threat from the ground to your aircraft. Then you can easily go into the uh, later stages of the war and have no threat in the air. So it's part of that first wave of aircrafts that is used to attack an enemy. Uh, Other than that, there are certain reports about that keep on appearing on American and Western media about Chinese spying on their technology. Well, that's a fact. That's a historical fact also. Americans had a lot of input from the uh, German territory they captured during the World War, and a lot of prototypes were also disassembled and taken to US. And about 130 of German scientists were awarded American citizenship because they were nuclear scientists. So America also uh, took a lot of technological input uh, from where ever it got. So this is the allegation that there was a Canada-based cyber attack in 2014 in which 6,000 300 uh, 630,000 documents were stolen from Lockheed and Boeing that were about F-22 and F-35 aircraft. There is other facts also that uh, in year 2000, from year 2000 onwards, 160 US citizens have been arrested on charges for spying for China or Russia. 160 people. And then there is a story that the F-117 Nighthawk that was shot down in Serbia in 90s. I think that was mid 90s, 1990s. Over Serbia, maybe that wreckage, uh, China had an access to that. But the other observers also say that if that was so top-rated technology, US may had bombed it also. So the fact that it didn't bomb it later, it means that that was not some top-of-the-line technology that China got its hand on. Uh, the news about this aircraft appeared uh, from the year 2011, and there was another case of spying. The chief engineer on the B-2 program in the Northrop Company, it he himself called, I think, the father of this technology, this stealth technology. He was called, his name was Nosher Gowadia, and he is right now serving 32-year prison sentence in the United States because of transferring sensitive technology to China. So that was another case. Uh, Now about it is also it is also estimated that the aircraft is also having the AESA radar, and with its if it is 8,500-kilometer range of this aircraft, then it can hit the major US base in the Pacific, that is Guam, on Guam Island. And if its range is, for example, 10,000 kilometer plus, as it is suggested by some reports, when it will be using air-launched cruise missiles that have a range that China right now that have range from 1,400 kilometer to 2,000 kilometer. So that air-launched cruise missiles range will add up to the range of this aircraft, and this aircraft can fire it and come back. Uh, uh, so that will mean its range is again increased by 2,000 kilometers. So in that way, the western coast of the America, USA, uh, that is east to the Chinese country, Chinese east coast, uh, will be threatened by this combination of its aircraft's own range and this air-launched cruise missile. Uh, for guiding these cruise missiles, of course, the satellite technology is critical. So, in November 2020, Donald Trump was US president, and he banned actually a Chinese organization called China Academy of Launch Vehicle Technology, CLT, CALT. It has 30,000 employees and 13 research facilities. So that was a way to stop, because this organization was involved in in this in in developing that satellite infrastructure, that the precision guided ammunition and air launched cruise missiles used for navigation. So in that way, the Chinese nuclear capable cruise missiles are HN2 and HN3. These are subsonic cruise missiles with a range of 1,400 to 3,000 kilometers. So, when fully operational, this aircraft uh, might not be at the class of B-21, but maybe close to the B-2 technology or the older ones. But it sure will be a new territory for China, and it will significantly enhance China's capability uh, to project its power beyond its borders globally, actually. So that was all for today. Uh, Please remember to like, share my channel, and take care for now. Bye.